The ocean is a world of sound. These magnificent creatures use sound underwater to navigate, communicate with one another, avoid predators, to find prey, and migrate. Ocean noise has been recorded using hydrophones, an underwater microphone specially designed for underwater sound. A dolphin can produce notes 100 times higher than humans. Whale sounds have been heard hundreds, even thousands of miles away from where the sound originated. Researchers have recently found that deep ocean whales, such as blue whales and fin whales, generate long drawn-out notes that, when recorded and played at a faster speed, produce very rhythmic sounds. Earthquakes, shifting plate tectonics, and thunderstorms are all naturally occurring sounds that can be heard within the corridors of the ocean floor. Recent advances in technology and a growing concern about national security have been affecting the delicate web of life in the ocean far greater than what we would have ever imagined.
Originating in a failed and oppressive state, 7,000 miles away, could bring murder and destruction to our country.
Imagine a normal day in the city. You are suddenly taken by a sound so intense that you cannot escape it.
Philadelphia used its mid-frequency active sonar to provide for the submarine's ability to avoid potential contact with other vessels at sea. USS Philadelphia also used its high-frequency active sonar prior to surfacing to avoid potential contact with other ships at sea.
We're basically just going out here dropping little acoustic bombs all over the world, and it's like dynamite fishing.
Pods of whales and dolphins have been mass stranding on certain beaches around the world since the beginning of recorded history, and likely long before. Every year between 350 to 800 whales, dolphins and porpoises wash up on our shorelines. The most logical explanation for a mass stranding, in perfect agreement with thousands of necropsies, is that an entire pod has suffered an accidental injury that prevents them from diving and feeding themselves properly. The most likely dive-related injury would be pressure-related, such as a ruptured eardrum and/or ruptured sinuses. Barrel trauma.
There were limits on what you can do to detect changes that may have been caused by pressure blasts, or which is barrel trauma. Well, certainly the correlation with naval activities is pretty clear. This occurs at other situations around the world. Well, first of all, it's partly is identifying what the problem really is. And as Dr. Wartsock and his colleagues have pointed out in some of these reports, we know very little about sound in the ocean.
The Secretary of Navy and the Secretary of Commerce together published a report that they signed off on.
The United States Navy plans to deploy over 80% of the world's ocean with a new detection system known as low-frequency active sonar.
They're going to deploy it without the necessary understanding of the impact on the very environment that we all have come to depend on. You know, with 75% of the planet covered by salt water and inhabited by saltwater creatures, for the Navy to simply go out and use a system that could potentially destroy it all.
Naval sonar is the only human-generated activity that there has been a close association between that and marine mammal deaths.
I've been really concerned about this for a long time because I've been reading about the sonar and the beachings, and it seems to me that it's just too coincidental to be not connected.
In the Bahamas, March of 2000, 17 whales stranded. A joint interim report presented by the United States Naval Secretary and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration led a federal probe into the mass stranding, which concluded the Navy's use of mid-frequency sonar is a causal factor. Page 53 of this report stated, Possible contributory cause to the strandings and cause of the lesions seen in these animals, and the only one that cannot be ruled out, is intense acoustic signals. Based on the environmental acoustic records and activities reported by the United States Navy, the only source of intense acoustic signals in the Bahamas on March 15, 2000, was tactical mid-range frequency sonar.